phenomenal job all season long getting to the paint.
Steph.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. And I gotta be real here. Caitlin also looks done with Stephanie White. Caitlin looks done with Stephanie White. Like, look at the score here. By the way, look at the score. Look at the score, 61-56. And do you know what happened? I want to give you guys a hint in chat right now. I want to see it all come up here. I want you guys to answer, or I want to ask you guys, what happened the possession before? What happened the possession before this interaction? Look at the score, look at the time, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. You can't see 8 minutes and 40 seconds in the third. I want to ask you guys what happened before Stephanie White pulls Caitlin Clark to obviously give her a lecture on something. I want to ask you guys what happened. People are saying Mitchell iso ball. Caitlin made a bucket. Caitlin made a bucket. That is what happened. Caitlin, up to this point, had no turnovers in the third quarter. Caitlin made a bucket. And also, you might be saying, oh, but she gave up a bucket on defense. Atlanta had not scored yet in the third quarter. The third quarter was 2-0 to the Indiana Fever, and Caitlin had just said, fuck it, and gone to the basket. And she's immediately being pulled over and lectured. Like, Caitlin's done with stuff. Like, this is more concerning. This is much more concerning for me than the two of them shouting at each other. This is so much more concerning for me. Like, I am way more concerned about this interaction than I am about the two of them shouting at each other. Like, I am absolutely, like, with this, I'm like, look, this might be done. This might be done. And the Atlanta Dream went on a 13-0 run after this moment. Yeah, like, I don't think people understand that this is the first time. Caitlin Clark, she is not good at controlling her emotions. That is a flaw. She is not good at controlling her emotions. This is Caitlin just being done. This is the first time I've seen Caitlin just be done. Like, she would laugh when Christy Sides would be saying something to her. She would be ignoring Christy Sides. This is just Caitlin being like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is her just being done. This is before all the turnovers. 13-0 run. 13-0 run. When you're up and you're in control of a game. And this was the turning point because it went from being up 5 to down 8. Caitlin Clark extremely frustrated, sitting next to Stephanie White in post-game interview. Is it me, or does Caitlin Clark look frustrated sitting next to Stephanie White? Tell me right now, chat, is it me, or does Caitlin look extremely frustrated sitting next to Stephanie White? Because she looks pissed. She looked pissed. She looked mad as hell right now. She looks so mad sitting next to Stephanie White right now. Tell me I'm tripping. Let's look at this.
Who does think led to the breakdown in the third quarter?
I think it started with our turnovers. We had 9 turnovers. They had 11 points off of those turnovers. You know, it's hard for us to recover when they get those direct points, and there's no transition defense for those kinds of turnovers. And it gave them a little momentum, and it gave them a boost.
You said before as the game started that your period is active, aware, and anticipate. Which one of those A's you thought the team should do better at to be more consistent on these?
I think it's streamlined. You know, it's 3 A's for a reason. You know, I think I felt like, you know, it was a lot of shot making in the first half, and I thought we did some really good things. You know, I think when they went on that run in the third, we became a little disconnected, and so we weren't as active, we weren't as aware, we weren't anticipating as much, and you know, we just got to find ways to regroup.
Caitlin, you had a really strong first half. What did you see in that third period, maybe defensively, that changed, that maybe you had to make some adjustments?
Yeah, I mean, I think just got to take care of the ball better, and that starts with me. So I think just focusing on that, and then, you know, what we did well in the first half was playing transition, spray, find open people, and then really hard to do that when all we do is foul and they score. Like, we didn't play in transition at all in the second half because of that.
Stephanie, last couple games started in this foul trouble. Is that something you feel? Is there something being done that's correctable, or is that just how it's being called?
I mean, I think a little both. You know, obviously, there's been an emphasis to call a lot of fouls. Freedom of movement's been an emphasis. We've seen foul calls go up altogether. I think individually, certainly there are some things that we can do to keep ourselves from being as vulnerable, and collectively there are some things that we can do to have each other's backs so where we're not in those positions. So it's a combination of things.
How has that changed how you kind of scheme defensively, with it being forward that way?
Yeah, I mean, there are only so many schemes you can do. So I think for us, it's just being more intentional and having a higher discipline level when we're in those moments. A lot of our fouls are coming because we're not taking care of the point, and then we're getting in rotation, or we're behind plays, or we're late, and that's where a lot of our fouls are coming from. Yes. Cool. Thanks, everyone.
So that was the press conference. I don't believe that was the whole thing. That's what the Indiana Fever front office put out to us. A 2-minute damn presser. 2 minutes was all we got. That was just all we got. So let me see if I can find some more, because that was ass for y'all to try to not give us a full press conference. Like, how y'all just gonna give us a 2-minute presser? Really? 2 minutes? 2 minutes and 34 seconds to be exact. Ignorant. So that means that they're not even taking responsibility in in talking to the media. This is very bad. This is very bad, guys. Very distasteful. Caitlin Clark is ruined. I'm telling you, I wholeheartedly believe Caitlin Clark is going to demand a trade at the conclusion of the season. The people that are saying Steph is sabotaging Caitlin are basically saying Steph is sabotaging Caitlin because she wants her to just be a normal player and fit into her system rather than be Caitlin Clark. The people that are saying Steph doesn't want to sabotage Caitlin are saying Caitlin Clark needs to fit into the system. They're making the same arguments. I don't think people understand this. They're making the same arguments. Both sides are making the same arguments. The people saying Steph is and isn't sabotaging Caitlin are making the same arguments. The only difference is that one side believes that in a lot of situations, it's an effort to put down Caitlin Clark, which I don't believe it is. And some people on the sabotage side say you're basically trying to destroy a player. I don't think that Stephanie White is trying to destroy Caitlin Clark. I think Stephanie White demoralizing and destroying Caitlin Clark is a byproduct of what she's doing. I don't think that's the aim. I think it's just happening. I mean that. I don't think there's any sabotage going on because that would imply intent. I think it's just a byproduct. If you traded CC to Toronto for Mabry, what else would have to be in the package for it to work? They can't. It doesn't work money-wise. Maybe she's on $1 million. Maybe she's on $1 million. 7 turnovers, -19. Yeah, I mean, Kelsey Mitchell was -18 as well. It's not like they both did great there. And Caitlin Clark was also, you have to also take into account that Caitlin Clark, I think, was -7 or something in the lineup where they ran 3 point guards and Dantas. Like, it is what it is, and the Fever losing this game is not that serious. It's how they're losing. It's how they're losing games. It's how they're this free-flowing team putting up 60 and a half, and suddenly they look like they don't know how to play basketball coming out of halftime. It's how they're losing. It's not that they're losing, it's how they're losing. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe.